That time of year, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Royal Rumble. My favorite pay-per-view of the year, the Royal Rumble return as we kick off the road to WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble. Well, plus, we'll have wrestling hot topics as Rocky Johnson had his funeral and there was a lot of controversy going on with Rocky Johnson. Plus, a WWE Hall of Famer receives a Youth Dance Award. You won't believe who it was. And also, Seth Rollins triggers some more racial overtones that you won't believe what's going down with that as an all-new pro wrestling show starts right now. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kenny Diggs here. As we get ready for the Royal Rumble, it kicks off the road to WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble is the event of the year that many people are excited, anticipating for. And we here at the Pro Wrestling Show want you to know that there's no Raw report, there's no SmackDown report. We're going to have a hot topic later on the show, but it's just the Royal Rumble predict the outcome edition. So, hey, first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag ProWrestlingConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring because we make content for you, the pro wrestling audience, because we know pro wrestling matters and we make pro wrestling stuff for you. That's what it's all about. That's what it counts. All right, let's get to the Royal Rumble. Predict the outcome. All right, many of you know the Royal Rumble coming your way from Houston, Texas in Minute Maid Park. Man, Minute Maid Park. You remember last year, the Royal Rumble was doing in Phoenix from last year. Now they're going to baseball stadiums and making sellouts. All right, let's get started with the first championship. It's 4 championship matches on the line in the Royal Rumble. 8 matches overall before. All right, let's get to the Raw Women's Championship match where the champion Becky Lynch defends her championship against challenger Asuka. Now, Becky Lynch has made no bones about it that she wants Asuka. She wants Asuka bad. And Becky Lynch made it clear after Asuka has done several attempts of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair at the time were challenging Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Asuka won the match, but Becky Lynch had that little feeling that she wants Asuka. And it culminated with Becky Lynch and Asuka, where Asuka spits green mist at Becky Lynch, causing Becky Lynch to be conceited. And Becky Lynch issued the challenge that she wanted Asuka, and she's going to get Asuka indeed. And Asuka accepted the challenge. So at the Royal Rumble, Becky Lynch versus Asuka one-on-one. They had a contract signing where Becky Lynch and Asuka met face-to-face. Becky Lynch told Asuka that she wants her. You know, she's not going to sign no contract until she gets her hands on Asuka, until Asuka is no more. Asuka, with those mind games or psychological mind games, feel like she's not threatened. Well, at the end, Becky Lynch will overcome Asuka and win this match by probably that disarm her. So look for Becky Lynch to win the match and move on forward to WrestleMania to meet whoever she has to challenge one-on-one. So Becky Lynch will win that match. We move over to another championship match where Andrade defends his United States Championship against Humberto Carrillo. Now, this whole thing escalated when Andrade attacked Humberto Carrillo and left him laying in exposing the steel floor. And Humberto Carrillo was never seen since, and then Rey Mysterio took the baton and went from there. Mysterio and Andrade had a phenomenal match this past Monday on Raw, which was great. I can tell you, go back and watch Raw. If you can see Raw, it was amazing. Where they did a bunch of high spots, but during the conclusion of the match, Rey was about to climb up the ladder and retrieve the U.S. title until Selena Vega came and crawled up the ladder with him and sat on top of the ladder to prevent Rey from not getting it. Rey didn't want to hit a woman, but Andrade took advantage. Andrade set up Ray and hit his finisher on the top of the ladder, causing Andrade and Ray to, to crash and burn. But Andrade won, which that was amazing. I don't know how he won when he had a serious back problem, but Andrade won indeed. So Andrade wasn't done yet. He wanted to finish Ray and put Ray outside and do the same that we did at Berto Carino. Andrade was going to do it and execute the move on the concrete floor until Alberto came dressed as a Rey Mysterio fan, attacked Andrade and left Andrade and Selena fleeing. So Alberto gets this shot against Andrade for the U.S. Championship. Expect Andrade to win the match. So Andrade will retain his United States Championship and he'll go from there. Also, a singles match between Shorty G versus Sheamus. Sheamus returning back to action since WrestleMania. Sheamus looking forward to getting his hands on Shorty G after Shorty G was dealing with some other issues with the Revival over his short jokes. Shorty G didn't like what the Revival was saying, and the Revival was trying to make fun of Shorty G. And at the end, Revival was trying to attack Shorty G into Sheamus, who we thought Sheamus was going to help out Shorty G. He turns around, hit Shorty G's head off. So Shorty G looking for a vow to get miserable revenge. He do so against Sheamus one-on-one. But Sheamus has been saying too on his promos that he doesn't like short people. He doesn't like people around that's short. He wants people like his stature. Shorty G should be like 5'8". Sheamus should be like 5'6", 6'3", in that range, that ballpark. So expect Sheamus to win the match with the bro kick over Shorty G to get his comeuppance, I guess. Also, too, Roman Reigns goes one-on-one with King Corbin. Now, this feud has escalated since last year, this past last year. Now, it culminates one-on-one between Roman Reigns and King Corbin in the Falls Count Anywhere match, where Roman Reigns earned this match where he went against Robert Roode in a tables match. Roman Reigns defeated Robert Roode easily with a table with the help of his cousins, Jimmy and Jay Uso, who kept bay of King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Well, now things have rolled around where Roman Reigns and King Corbin one-on-one in the tables match. But my personal opinion is it should have been more stakes to that. It should have been, if they hate each other so bad, they don't want neither of them to go to WrestleMania. So the match should have been the winner qualifies into the Royal Rumble match. So leaving one person going in and one person out. So that would have made more sense than a Falls Count Anywhere match. But, that's their scheme of things. But I believe Roman Reigns will win this match and he will go on to the Royal Rumble. We'll talk about it later on the Royal Rumble. As well as King Corbin is entering the Royal Rumble, which is kind of like repetitive because if all these tag teams got fused, why can't Corbin and Roman in their match? Which they should have just entered the Royal Rumble and go from there. But that could have made more sense when I was talking about earlier. Qualifying match. Qualify. Whoever wins, whoever loses, and not in the Royal Rumble. That's the way of booking. All right. When we return, we'll have hot topics. We're going to talk about Rocky Johnson funeral, plus WWE Hall of Famer gets inducted into a different Hall of Fame, and also more news. And then we'll have the second half of the Royal Rumble card. All this and more when a Pro Wrestling Show returns. the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. And we here at the Pro Wrestling Show care for you, and we make content for you, the Pro Wrestling audience, because that's what matters. You matter at home. And wherever you're watching, thank you all once again. And don't forget to use the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. So let's get to Hot Topics. So Hot Topics this week, WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus will become the first woman to be inducted into to receive the Lou Diaz Award. Now, this is the highest honor in this Hall of Fame. Trish Stratus gets that job. She gets it done. Well, Trish Stratus' accomplishments speak for itself. She competed in 5 WrestleManias. She is a 7-time women's champion and a WWE Hall of Famer. And her mom, Trish Stratus, last appeared around SummerSlam when she went against Charlotte Flair to pass the baton, and it was a great, phenomenal match. I think they didn't have enough for Charlotte to do. They wanted Charlotte to have a match with someone, and Charlotte had that match with Trish Stratus, a once-in-a-lifetime match, and it was great. It was phenomenal. Charlotte and Trish blew the house down at SummerSlam in that match, but Trish deserved her spot into that Hall of Fame, become the first woman to win the Lou Diaz Award. Okay, congratulations on work, Trish. Also, Raw was up in viewership. Monday Night Raw was in viewership because I believe it was the Rey and Andrade match, because it was so nail biting and stuff. You couldn't help but just see that match in person. Wow, Rey and Andrade, it was good. So we talked about that earlier. Also, Jerry the King Law wins another title, the CWA Arkansas title, against Matt Guerrero in the main event in a title versus career match. Here's highlights of that with this.
Chris Styles coming out. What in the world? Matt Morris. Oh, and Matt Morris, watch out, guys.
You saw a clip of the King, Matt Guerrero, the King throwing someone over the table that win another championship. And then King just doing that. Just to stay relevant, stay busy. Also, former Impact star Velvet Sky is dealing with multiple unexpected health issues. We don't know what those issues are at the moment, but we here at the Pro Wrestling Show wish Velvet Sky a healthy recovery on her road. So we share that. Also, bask in his glory. Yes, bask in his glory. NXT, if you saw, Keith Lee became the new NXT North American champion. He beat Roger Strong to win the championship. Keith Lee, like he said, bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. Keith Lee done it. Keith Lee, a huge big man. Keith Lee about 6'2"-ish. And Keith Lee moving like he's a cruiserweight. And Keith Lee done so well. Keith Lee, expect big things for Keith Lee, because Keith Lee, don't be shocked and surprised he in the Royal Rumble. Tell you right now. Also, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy wins the Raw Tag Team Championship. So Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy win the tag team titles on Raw. Man, amazing. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy moving forward. I think Seth Rollins become a Monday Night Messiah for a reason, and it worked with Buddy Murphy after Buddy Murphy was on a losing streak against Aleister Black. Now he's adopting Seth Rollins into the family, and Seth Rollins taking him under his wing to motivate Buddy to be something that Buddy once was. All right. Also, The Rock had a heartfelt message since the passing of his father. Let's take a look at what The Rock had to say about his dad, Rocky Johnson. I'm remembering him. Watch this.
everybody. I just wanted to stop in and on this really blessed Sunday to say thank you so much. Thank you. My heart is so full of gratitude, deep in my bones, in my constitution, in my wiring, in my heart, and in my mana for the outpouring of love and the support and the well wishes and the condolences that you have sent me and my family during this time. You have lifted my spirits in ways that I hope you can imagine. So all your messages, your lengthy messages, your deep messages, all the stories that you've shared with me, I've read as many as I possibly could, and the quality that it has provided me during this time has been immeasurable and invaluable. And I thank you guys, and I love you for the support. As you know, I lost my old man a few days ago. I lost him just like that. Didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. I'd give anything right now to give him a big old hug and a big old kiss before he crossed over, and just say thank you and I love you and I respect you. But I didn't get a chance to say that. But you know, such is life, as many of you know, based on the messages that you have shared with me, that many of you understand this pain when you lose a parent. And even those of you who have never lost a parent, you've lost grandparents, you know, you understand that, and you've lost loved ones. We've all lost loved ones. And, you know, it's life. Such is life, the cycle of life, that, it's painful. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's heartbreaking. It's powerful. It's a kick in the gut. It can knock you down. It can knock your ass out, as it felt like it's knocked me out this week. But the blessing that I'm realizing and that we have to manage with something like this is, now you rise. Now you get back up. And now you live as greatly as you possibly can in the wake of the life and legacy that your loved one has left, and especially a parent, and especially a dad. You know, there's just a unique bond. I've got the greatest bond with my three daughters, Simone, Jasmine, and Tia. And there's nothing like the bond of a father and a daughter. There's nothing like it. There's that great quote, which is, you know, every man wants a son, but every man needs a daughter. So I've got the most beautiful relationship with my daughters. But what's also very interesting is that there's a unique father and son bond that is so unique, and it's a testosterone-driven bond that it's irreplaceable. So there's so much about my old man and all of his complexities that only me as his son can understand. And anyway, such is life. And a lot of you guys wanted to know what happened to my dad. So he had not been feeling well and been battling a cold and infection. And on Tuesday, he had what's called a deep vein thrombosis, which is essentially a blood clot in the leg. And it was a big old blood clot that broke free, traveled up his body, and went right to his lung and clotted his lung. And he died very quickly from a massive heart attack, just like that. And according to the medical examiner who performed the autopsy, it was clear and very evident of what happened. And you know, my question was he in pain? Did it go quick? Was it drawn out? And you know, he said he went fast. He went quick. That's my old man. He was always quick. But that did give me great comfort in knowing that it wasn't prolonged. And the reason why it gave me great comfort, even though I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my old man that one last time, is that he had been in a lot of pain. He had been in a lot of pain for a very, very long time. And you know, that's the life of a pro wrestler, especially at that age and coming from out of that era, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, he had banged his body around And he had always told me, you know, a day without pain is like a day without sunshine. And he would tell me that when I was 10. So you can imagine that's a lot of years of being in pain. So, you know, my old man, there's no more pain, which makes me happy that he's not in pain anymore. If you guys out there, if you have parents around, your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, your babies, your children, your best friends, your grandparents, text them, call them, go see them if they're close by. And if you can hug them, I want you to hug them. You tell them that these are the marching orders from Dwayne Johnson, who just lost his old man. But you hug them, and you hug them hard, because that's what I'm doing with my family and my friends and the ones I love. I'm hugging them hard, because you never know what's around the corner. We just never know. Here today, gone tomorrow. We are laying my dad to rest this Tuesday and saying goodbye to the soul man. And today I am up for air. I'm going to go in this gym and I'm going to crush my leg workout in honor of him. And it's appropriate because he taught me how to work out. He was, you know, he taught me, you know, training, and he was kicking my ass on the wrestling mats when I was 5 years old, and then on the weights when I was 10. So it's appropriate I'm doing legs because he hated doing legs. Spending some time with my family today, and then I'm going to break out my pen and my pad, and I'm going to write the eulogy. I've written a lot of speeches for myself over the years, but I have no idea where to start with this one. But I do have my tequila, and I could hear him now. Good. That's the way you got to do it. I could also hear him now. Make sure you put me over in the speech. Say good stuff about me. I could act. For those of you who know my dad, you know that he would say, you tell him I taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know. That's right. That's right, Dad. That's why you will always be better than me. And I love it. And I love you. And I love you guys. And I thank you. This is almost 8 minutes of your time. I thank you. And I thank you so much for all your love and support. It truly means so much to me and my family during this time. I thank you so much. Go hug your loved ones and hug them hard. I thank you again, and I love you guys.
Good heartfelt message by the People's Champion of Rock, by his dad, Rocky Johnson. I taught him everything, but I ain't taught him everything I know. It was good advice from the Rock, what Rocky Johnson said. Rocky Johnson, you could tell he was a good father. But things also went from good to worse, where Mr. McMahon and his friend WWE official Pat Patterson received heat. Received heat for their behavior at Rocky Johnson's funeral. He said Pat Patterson said the word MF to the late great Rocky Johnson and his casket right there. And then they said Pat Patterson had to be escorted, where Mr. McMahon was doing his Mr. McMahon gimmick. They said the only thing that worked, only thing Rocky did was great was made the Rock. Which that was kind of like an inappropriate comment to make. And I was like, wow, Mr. McMahon don't grasp what's going on. Pat Patterson, they was telling me he was old and senile. Well, yeah, he was old and senile, right? But you know how they go with old people. You know, they feel like they're right. Of course, I hate that it had to happen to them like that. Also, Asuka nearly escapes a shooting. Asuka was in Las Vegas, and all of a sudden there was a shooting going on. Asuka sent this tweet right here. So we know Asuka is okay. And we're glad that she be able to compete at the Royal Rumble. And let's see what Asuka can bring for the Raw Women's Championship. Also, there talk of a Von Erich movie being made. Now, the Von Erichs, you remember the famed Von Erich family from Dallas, from World Class Championship Wrestling? There's talking about a movie to be made by the Von Erichs. So, hey, look out for that. They did a great documentary on WWE. Did one with World Class DVD, and Viceland did one on the Dark Side of Wrestling with Von Erich. So, guess everybody capitalized on the Von Erich family. You know how that goes. Also, we talked about Seth Rollins posted a somewhat racially charged tweet, and he deleted the tweet after fans called him out saying that he supports the KKK. Yes, this is kind of weird and absurd, but this is true, but this is allegedly. But Seth Rollins deleted the tweet. He went and apologized, and fans were still calling him that. But Seth Rollins, one fan even tweeted that Seth Rollins promoted Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. He was a big supporter of that. Now, we don't know what's going on with that because this is new and it's fresh. And like I said, you don't know what's going on. I think Seth Rollins has been done a lot of controversy as of late with the new picks down the road, and now this racially charged tweet. I think if he is that, he got to tone it down and not do that. You have to be more inclusive. I think Seth Rollins realized that was wrong and stuff like that. He was trying to promote his restaurant, but when it came to the point with the pointy ears and people thought it was the KKK with the masses and stuff. So I guess now for Seth Rollins, before you post, look at it real carefully before you post, because you can get judged real quick and real fast on her. These people don't play. I'm telling you. Seth Rollins, watch out for that. Watch out for that. Normal athlete, just poor judgment on that, on his behalf. Also, the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and the United States Champion Andrade started their own YouTube channel. What the world? Look at this.
WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, aka the Queen. This is Andrade. I say Bay, but Manny. We wanted to start a YouTube channel titled Anywhere because pretty much you can work out anywhere. We travel 5 days a week, different city every day.
El campeón de los Estados Unidos, Andrade, y acompañado siempre de mi reina, de la reina de todos, Charlotte Flair, Ashley Flair. Así abriremos un canal de YouTube para que nos sigan y hablaremos de la salud, cómo comemos en los viajes, de muchas cosas hablaremos. Más que nada que puedes entrenar tanto en un hotel, en tu casa, muchos tipos de entrenamientos subiremos en este canal. Tipo de comida.
Even the airport sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, the airport.
No, comemos en diferentes lugares. Tratamos de hacer dieta, nos cuidamos, pero en ocasiones nos antoja una pizza. Pero claro, comemos una rebanada de pizza, pero comemos también ensalada. A mí me encanta la pizza y me encanta la hamburguesa. Muchos tipos de comidas subiremos, tanto en los viajes, todo tipo de comida que hacemos, cómo nos cuidamos, ¿no? Ya que nosotros somos unas superestrellas y no más para gente como nosotros que estamos en televisión, es para mucha gente, para cualquier gente, todo el tipo de gente. Por eso vamos a subir muchos tipos de entrenamiento, muchos tipos de comida. Si no tienes tiempo, solo tómate un poquito de tiempo, y este canal es para que piensen en su salud, para que piensen en su futuro. Thinking in the future. El futuro es lo más importante.
I don't even have time to get my nails done, but I have time to work out somewhere.
Ella siempre tiene tiempo para entrenar, pero nunca tiene tiempo para sus uñas. Pero así es, hablaremos de muchísimas cosas, les daremos muchos consejos. Espero nos sigan, síganos en el canal. Why Anywhere? Why? Bueno, ¿por qué Anywhere?
Well, so we travel for a living. People ask, what's the hardest part of your job? The hardest part of our job is the travel. Hotel rooms, different cities, different countries. And looking the part is pretty much, like for me, like the Queen character, I always want to look like genetically superior. So health and fitness is a priority, and investing in yourself. So that means if you don't have the time and you only have 30 minutes, guess what? I'm going to do it in the staircase of a hotel, whether it's running the stairs, lunges, which you'll see along the way. But basically, I'm telling you, anywhere you can find time or find a place, whether you don't want to go to the gym, to better yourself.
Así es, a ella se le ocurrió el nombre, a ella se le ocurrió el Anywhere, porque donde sea lo pueden hacer en su casa, lo pueden hacer en el parque afuera en el patio, ¿qué más? En el hotel, en un gimnasio. No necesitan un gimnasio de lujo, puede ser cualquier gimnasio, cualquier cosa. Les mostraremos muchísimos videos, como lo hacemos, hasta como lo dice ella en el aeropuerto, ¿no? Espero que nos sigan,
I mean, it's more fun because I'm with him, but it'd be the same if it wasn't with him. Now I just have someone to shoot. No, I mean, I'd have to work out anywhere, but now I get to work out anywhere with you.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Oof.
De nada.
Thank you.
See, I know Spanish.
You speak Spanish.
Only when I'm in trouble.
Okay. Así que síganos en mi canal. Mi canal se llama Anywhere. Anywhere, Flair y Andrade. Así es.
So you telling me Andrade and Charlotte Flair have their own YouTube channel, and they're going to be dedicating their YouTube channel to traveling around the world and fitness. Okay, everybody got a YouTube channel now. YouTube is getting more saturated than ever before. Everybody trying to, that's the new meat, that's the new norm. Get a YouTube channel and you'll be, well dandy. But hey, you know how that go. All right, that is Hot Topics. All right, let's continue on with the Royal Rumble, the second half of the Royal Rumble Predict the Outcome show. All right, now we talked about the Royal Rumble itself, but let's talk about, there's two Royal Rumble matches. That's the men Royal Rumble and that's the women. Let's get started with the women's Royal Rumble. On the women's Royal Rumble, the winner of the women's Royal Rumble receives a championship match at WrestleMania. Man, they can go either for the SmackDown Women's Championship or the Raw Women's Championship. But let's get to the rules of the Royal Rumble. The rules of the Royal Rumble is 2 superstars will start off the Royal Rumble. And then another superstar comes after thereafter. And then till the last remaining superstar whoever wins whoever the last remaining superstar wins the match and becomes the number 10. Now, here's the rules on this. You have to throw people over the top rope. Both feet must hit the floor. Thus, you're eliminated. So, we got that. All right, let's get to the participants of the women's Royal Rumble. And here they come. Charlotte Flair. She was last year's runner-up. Charlotte Flair. Could she make history again and become a Royal Rumble winner just like her dad? We'll see what Charlotte will do. Also, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross have entered the Royal Rumble. They're going to be declaring themselves in the Royal Rumble. Also, Charlotte's nemesis right now, Sarah Logan, has entered the Royal Rumble as well. Also, former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion and Total Diva star Natalya entering the Royal Rumble. Speaking of that, former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion and Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella, entering. Also, Dana Brooke has entered. And the lovely Fire and Desire, the lovely Mandy Rose, and LGBTQ Pride or Sonya Deville has entered the Royal Rumble. But also, there's more names to come as from NXT. My belief is NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and many more women Candice LeRae will enter the Royal Rumble as well. Now, there's been a lot of rumors of which women are coming back who haven't seen before. We haven't seen Nia Jax the years before in a while, saying she's been training. So expect Nia Jax to return for the Royal Rumble. Expect Naomi to return at the Royal Rumble. Naomi, a former women's champion. Naomi, like the Kofi Kingston of the women's Royal Rumble itself. So, with that. And then there's also rumors and reports that former Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey may return. And AJ Lee There's a bunch of people, and then they talking about Santino Marella has been penciled in. We don't know if he's gonna be Santino or Santana or whatever. Now, here's my pick of who's gonna win this Royal Rumble for the women. I believe Shayna Baszler from NXT will win the Women's Royal Rumble, and she will want to challenge Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship because they haven't finished business since Survivor Series, and now Shayna Baszler, without a title, is gunning for Becky Lynch for her Raw Women's Championship. And I expect Shayna Baszler to go after Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. So, right on that. Also, speaking of titles, the SmackDown Women's Championship is online as Bayley defends her championship against the sassy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans. This whole thing escalated where Bayley and Sasha Banks tried to intimidate and bully Lacey Evans, and they tried to intimidate bully Lacey's daughter, which went across the line. Lacey Evans looking to prove a point, and she wants to do so in that order. This past week on SmackDown, Lacey Evans with a heartfelt message that what she had to endure as a kid and made her stronger as a woman. Lacey Evans talking about her father was depressed, unfortunately he didn't make it, but Lacey Evans is determined to make a life for herself and her kid, and you have to respect that. Also, Lacey Evans as a veteran, so Lacey Evans has my respect, and it's kind of like you're wrestling with, like, you want Lacey to win. Lacey should win, but in the end, I think Bayley's going to win this match with the help of Sasha Banks. So look for Bayley to win the match over Lacey Evans and stuff. Also, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defends his Universal Championship against Daniel Bryan one-on-one in a scrap match. Now, the way we thought it was scrap was going to be 4 corners, but scrap match is like Bray Wyatt will be scrapped upon with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan finally get what he wants. He gets scrapped upon The Fiend, and he can beat The Fiend up. They had the contract signing this past week on SmackDown where Daniel Bryan kept goading Bray Wyatt to come out and wrestle him to sign the contract. Bray Wyatt didn't want to come out there. He rejected. He was hesitant. But he said he didn't want to send The Fiend, and The Fiend showed up. The Fiend attacked Daniel Bryan and kept whooping him like a government mule, like good old JR said. Just whooped him. And The Fiend did something more crazy, unusual, that many people didn't expect. The Fiend had a motionless Daniel Bryan out. The Fiend took a pen and stabbed his own hand with the pen, and The Fiend took the pen off of him with blood cover. He had blood on his hand. The Fiend grabbed the contract and placed his hand on the contract, signifying his own blood to say that I'm ready for this match. I don't need no pen. I put my own blood on it. So he put his blood on there, saying that he's going to wrestle him for. So Daniel Bryan, looking forward to the match, but I believe that The Fiend will retain the Universal Championship. And The Fiend is just being The Fiend, just dangerous. And just that, being The Fiend. So expect The Fiend to win the match and stuff like that. And finally, the men's Royal Rumble. We told you earlier what the rules were in the women's Royal Rumble. The men's Royal Rumble, same applies to the women's, where you have to throw your opponent over the top rope. Both feet must hit the floor in order to be eliminated. And the last man standing earns a first-class ticket to WrestleMania to meet the champion. And this Royal Rumble even took a turn too, where WWE Champion Brock Lesnar decided that he wanted to end the Royal Rumble, and he declared himself as number 1 entrant. So Brock Lesnar must run through the gauntlet in order to not have an opponent at WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar must do so in that. But speaking of what Brock Lesnar said he wanted to declare himself, He also has fellow Raw superstars, fellow SmackDown superstars that will be entering. Roman Reigns, a former Royal Rumble winner, 2015. He won it 5 years ago. Can Roman Reigns do the impossible and win it 5 years later? We'll see on that. AJ Styles, who appeared at the Royal Rumble, he made his WWE debut at the Royal Rumble in 2016, 4 years ago. So AJ Styles looking to enter the Royal Rumble as well. Also, Eric Rowan coming in the Royal Rumble. Is he going to bring that pet snake with him? We'll see. Also, more prominent names as well as Randy Orton, a former 2-time Royal Rumble winner, entering the Royal Rumble. He won it in 2017 and 2009. So Randy Orton looking to become that win the three-peat and tie up with Stone Cold. Also, another former Royal Rumble winner, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio won it back in 2006. Did the impossible, eliminated Randy Orton, went on the main event WrestleMania and won the World Heavyweight Championship because Ray relived that glory like he did 13 years ago. So we'll see on that. Also, the man who will do amazing things, Ricochet, entering his first Royal Rumble. Ricochet does that far, entering the Royal Rumble. Also, the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, will enter the Royal Rumble as well. Many people are speculating that Drew could go against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, being this new face turn. Also, Elias enters the Royal Rumble. Speaking of that, King Corbin enters the Royal Rumble. The show-off, Dolph Ziggler, Heavy Machinery's Otis and Tucker, both are in the Royal Rumble. The Bulgarian Bruce Rusev has entered the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley will enter the Royal Rumble. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, now Raw Tag Team Champion, will enter the Royal Rumble as well. Also, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, who won the Greatest Royal Rumble in 2018, enters the Royal Rumble. Also, former Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura, who won the 2018 Royal Rumble, will enter. And last year's winner and Raw Tag Team Champion, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, will enter the Royal Rumble, as well as Kevin Owens and the Samoa Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. Speaking of that, the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston, will enter the Royal Rumble match. Also, R-Truth, who took a F5 from Brock Lesnar a couple weeks ago, and then declared himself in, declared himself out, so he's in the Royal Rumble. And The Miz and John Morrison, the reuniting Dirt Sheet team, are entering the Royal Rumble as well. This Royal Rumble will be filled with competition from leaps and bounds. So I want to say that Roman Reigns will win this Royal Rumble and head to WrestleMania to challenge The Fiend. Roman Reigns wants that opportunity of a lifetime. Roman Reigns has not chased gold since over a year, and Roman Reigns feels like this is his moment, this is his time, and we will see, can the big dog outlast a whole bunch of the men? And also, too, there's been rumors and reports as well who's going to be coming back and entering the Royal Rumble. We heard rumors and reports that Jinder Mahal will be returning back to the Royal Rumble. Even the Big Red Machine Kane coming back to the Royal Rumble. They said the Radar superstar Edge just came to the Royal Rumble, but he quickly denies it. The Undertaker been training on the Performance Center for a Royal Rumble return. So could we see the Dead Man coming back? Also, CM Punk. I don't see that coming. I don't think CM Punk coming. And also Cain Velasquez as well. So the Royal Rumble, the once in a lifetime event, where we had the predictions and stuff like that, but man, the Royal Rumble is gonna be big and jam packed. It's gonna be in that baseball stadium in Houston. You don't want to miss it. That's the exciting extravaganza of the Royal Rumble event. Though that every year it gets better. It's my favorite WWE pay-per-view of all time. Up there with WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. So hey, don't forget the Royal Rumble is this Sunday. So hey, watch the Royal Rumble, and you let us know what's going on. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Predict the outcome, the Royal Rumble. Man, I can't wait to see the Royal Rumble myself. I'm so excited. My favorite pay-per-view of the year. So, hey, thank you all once again. And we'll see you next week for more results on what's going on with pro wrestling. I've been your host, KJ saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on the Pro Wrestling Show.